Joined now by Adam Schefter, of course, broke the story along with our own Chris Mortensen. And somewhere I picture that Bill Belichick is smiling, maybe even giggling someplace. And this seems like, one of the all-time low-risk, high-reward moves made by the Patriots.
Stephen, we said this all along. The Patriots are just the type of team to sit back, wait for the market to settle, and then, when there's not a lot of action, move in and get somebody like Cam Newton, the former NFL most valuable player, signed to a one-year deal. And that's exactly what happened here. There was not a strong market for Cam Newton's services. There was very little market for his services. And so New England was monitoring his outlook all along. And then in late June, it steps in there. There have been some conversations going on in recent days and gets done a one-year deal. I think ultimately Cam Newton recognizes he's not going to land an outright starting job. He's not going to get one of these $30+ million a year jobs that other quarterbacks get. And he's got to take the best deal with the best opportunity that he can find. What better opportunity than to go to a Super Bowl contender in New England that just lost Tom Brady and try to replace the greatest quarterback of all time in an offense that's hummed the last 20 years with Brady at the helm?
Shefty, as you know, Twitter always wins, and someone said, wow, that Jarrett Stidham must have been awful on those Zoom meetings, as if that was the reason, because nobody's been playing or working out or practicing. So you would have to think that Cam Newton would be the favorite going into camp. As you said, former MVP over Stidham to start in New England for week 1.
31 years old, too, Steve. Just turned 31 last month. Usually a time when quarterbacks are entering the primes of their career. But I do think in typical Patriots fashion, they'll have what they call a quarterback competition. But to me, if Cam Newton picks up this offense quickly, and it's going to be challenging because he's stepping in late in the game, hasn't worked with this verbiage, doesn't know this offense just yet, there will be a lot to learn. But if he can do that, there's no reason that he shouldn't win the starting job over Jarrett Stidham. I do think, like I said, the Patriots are never one to just award starting jobs and say, this is our guy. And I don't think we'll hear Bill Belichick say, we have found a new starting quarterback in New England. But I think everybody knows what Cam is capable of. And if he plays to those capabilities and picks up the offense, you would think he'd be the guy in New England. I think that Brian Hoyer is a guy that the Patriots like and respected. I think they still are high on Jarrett Stidham. But again, this is the 2015 NFL MVP who turned 31 last month.
So I'm curious, reaction from around the NFL. You already mentioned there wasn't a strong market for Cam, but I have to think there are owners elsewhere now saying, hey, wait a second, this guy's good enough for Belichick and the Patriots. How come he's not good enough for us? And this people expecting a down year for New England. And I'm just curious how many people might be taken by surprise what happened here tonight.
Well, Steve, I think that's part of Cam's strategy, right? When you know that you're not going to get the money that you want, you might as well position yourself to get the best job you can after the season. And by going to New England, that almost validates Cam as a quarterback. It basically says to all the other teams, you missed an opportunity here that, as usual, the Patriots did not. They have basically stamped his credentials, and he signed that one-year deal, or he agreed to the one-year deal, because now he'll be able to hit the market again after the season with a year with the Patriots under his belt and hope to get the type of contract that he wanted to get this offseason. But the Panthers released him 2-3 weeks into free agency. Teams had filled their starting jobs. There wasn't an obvious landing spot for Cam Newton at that point in time. So now Cam goes to New England, spends the year, bides his time until his one-year deal runs out, and he can become a free agent again in March, and then see what teams really think of him at that point in time with the backing of Bill Belichick and the New England Patriots.